I'd like to start this video with a disclaimer. I am not a psychologist or mental health professional, and this video should not be used as a diagnostic tool. With that, let's get to the meat of the matter. The easiest way I can think to describe depression is with a simple analogy. Inside each and every person is a small voice that comments on each and every single thing that we do. In some people, the voice is loud. It's strong, it defines every thought. In others, the voice is small. It offers some comment, but is, for lack of a better term, largely ignored. In order to differentiate the voices, I have drawn them, terribly I might add, as lights, bright for positive and dim for negative. When you feel down, for instance, a job interview may have gone poorly, you may be struggling in your relationship, or not have one at all. A family member or friend may have passed away recently. It is my experience that humans do one of two things in any of these scenarios. We either retreat from society, or we go crazy within society. It's all about change and distraction, but we shut ourselves off from people in either case. You are just as alone partying as you are when you're locked in your home, whether you admit it or not. The little voice I mentioned earlier grows at this point. If you're going through a period of feeling low, the voice encourages you. It says, "Everything will be all right. Don't worry, life goes on. We can do this." You might feel sad, and rightfully so, particularly if you are stressed, but eventually the little voice will pick you up and return you to society, returning those phone calls and getting back into the thick of it. The difference between this and depression is simple. The voice does not encourage you. It denigrates you. It slates you. It tells you you're worthless. And because humans are creatures of habit, once this spiral of self-loathing begins, it's incredibly hard to break. The neurons in your brain realign to fire down these negative pathways, and you find that when things go badly, your voice will tell you it's your fault. When things go well, the voice tells you you don't deserve this, or that it's pointless. It'll go away, or it'll ruin you later. As the voice grows louder, you believe it more, despite what it says being untrue, and it saps your agency, your energy, and your determination. What you should have hopefully noticed is that depression removes rationality. Telling someone who is depressed to just get over it, or smile, what have you got to be sad about, is incredibly insensitive. I would hope that it's clear that depression is a mental illness and not a phase, or a bit of sadness. I won't labour on this, but if anyone has an issue, please hit me up in the comments or privately, and we'll discuss it. I have a long-standing relationship with depression myself, both in my own and other family members' lives. I had it for several years, with all the consequences that that brings. In my experience, the only way to fight it is with change, and a little bit of forced positivity. Respond to the voice. Tell it off. Shut it down. It's your voice after all. There's a wonderful book called The Chimp Paradox by Steve Peters that talks about exercising your chimp, your little voice. Finding creative outlets for stresses and frustrations without letting it all boil up inside you is the name of the game. When your head is telling you you aren't worth it, despite how hypocritical it seems, you've literally got to tell it, no, I have worth. I have worth. Out loud if you need to. I've known people who come up with a mantra to say every morning when they look in the mirror. I've known people who say they don't entertain the thoughts at all. They ignore them completely. And I know people who respond to every negative thought with 2 positive ones. After around 3 weeks at the most, something extraordinary happens. The little voice begins to change. You begin to remap those negative neural pathways and make them positive again. It's not easy, but I would challenge anyone as to whether anything worthwhile really is easy. To speed this process, we can introduce change. You may spend all of your time, as I did, locked away. It's important to break your habits in your surroundings as much as in your head. I went for a walk every day. I took my dog out. I started exercising. Don't let anyone tell you you need a gym to exercise when you can walk, cycle, you can run, you can do bodyweight exercises, swim for instance. If exercise isn't your thing, or you're too embarrassed to go to a gym or to even be out in public, you can't find the Rationale. There's a site called Udemy.com where I started doing online courses. Try something new, especially if it's challenging, and the prices of the courses are incredibly affordable. Take baby steps. It might be a tiny thing, as simple as changing a breakfast cereal, reading a book, playing a video game, writing a blog, painting, modeling, walking. Do it for you, and I guarantee that you and those around you will see a change for the better in you. My personal story is one that I am willing to share with anyone who doubts the authenticity of my words. I hope if you've reached this far, you've gained something from this video. Please leave a comment if you are so inclined. Your feedback is always appreciated. Just a quick note. I appreciate I haven't talked about depression that is so severe that medication is required. I am happy to talk about this in a future video, but I am not a mental health professional, nor have I ever been prescribed such medication. I have close family and friends who have, and if such a video was wanted, I would consult with them for their stories and some more perspective. Finally, thank you for watching, and have a good day.